2025 in gaming got off to a pretty slow start. What do you mean you're not excited by a remake of Jedi Power Battles? You're not getting Half-Life 3 until you finish this, young man. But things have been ramping up considerably over the past month. I'm Nathan, this is FGS. Here's all the big news that happened in March 2025. As always, before we start, one of these suggestions has been chosen by you, the viewer. And if you'd like to see yourself in next week's video, then comment below on what you think the best single player game people need to play right now is. But that's next week, forget about that, because this week is all about the big things that happened in March. Starting with number 10. Split Fiction gets better reviews than It Takes Two. While it would have surprised no one if Hazelight Studios' follow-up to their Game of the Year award winner It Takes Two didn't muster quite the same acclaim, their new game actually saw them go even higher. Hazelight's new co-op action-adventure game Split Fiction released to rave reviews, landing a Metascore of 91, not only placing it a few points above the 88 awarded to It Takes Two, but becoming EA's first game in over a decade to cross the 90 mark. As such, Split Fiction is basically guaranteed to snag a whole host of Game of the Year nominations. And if all this success isn't enough for Hazelight, the game also sold over 2 million copies within a mere week of its release. But never one to rest on their laurels, Hazelight is already working on the studio's next project, and we cannot wait. Number 9. Monster Hunter Wilds makes cheese naan sales skyrocket in Japan. Because becoming Capcom's fastest selling game in history isn't enough of a win, Monster Hunter Wilds is also helping drive sales of the food featured within it. Who among us hasn't drooled at the gorgeous cheese naan banquet that's cooked up near the start of the game? The perfectly fired bread and mouth-wateringly gooey cheese instantly entered the pantheon of all-time video game meals. Got me old-fashioned though, but I'm a fan of just chowing down on a good old health pack to power me through the day. But what's fascinating here is the real-life knock-on effects. A Tokyo-based Nepalese restaurant swiftly reported that they'd run out of cheese due to the unexpected run of cheese naan, while social media was quickly flooded with posts of players eating cheese naan out in the wild. Some players even exchanged recipes to try cooking it themselves at home, all of this once again confirming the all-powerful, ever-uniting power of cheese. Number 8. Death Stranding 2 is coming out this June. Fans have been anxiously waiting to find out when they'd finally get the chance to play Death Stranding 2 on the beach, ever since it was first officially announced back in December 2022. But now we know where we're going to play it, and it's a lot sooner than most people expected. No, you won't have to hang on until the very end of 2025 to experience Hideo Kojima's latest mind-melting action-adventure, because Death Stranding 2 will release for the PlayStation 5 on June 26th. The first half of 2025 is considerably earlier than many fans expected, especially given the tendency for AAA titles to stake out their release dates much further in advance than this. The release date drop also came with a new 10-minute trailer, which for Hideo Kojima is very short, basically like a 10-second affair. And it looks as predictably unhinged and gorgeous as we all hoped it would. Get ready for Death Stranding 2 to become your big gaming obsession over the summer. Number 7. EA gives modders the source code for classic Command & Conquer games. We might be a few years on from 2013 when EA was voted the worst company in America for the second time in a row, but they're still not a publisher held in particularly high esteem by many players. And so it was quite a shock to see them recently make an incredibly pro-consumer move by releasing the source code for numerous beloved Command & Conquer games. The original Command & Conquer, along with Red Alert, Renegade, Generals and General Zero Hour expansion, have all had their full source code released to the public, effectively allowing the modding community to do whatever they want with them. Better still, EA has also turned on Steam Workshop support for most of these games, as well as a number of other Command & Conquer titles, making it even easier for players to share custom creations with the wider community. This is all an undeniable win for both long-time Command & Conquer fans and games preservation as a whole, and I tell you something, you love to see it. More of this please, EA. Number 6. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and this week's user entry goes to @SoraHearts3317, whose March highlight was Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles X released for the Wii U exactly 10 years ago to rave reviews, but because it was on the Wii U, about 6 people played it. Thankfully though, this month saw the much anticipated Nintendo Switch remake being released. Set on the planet Myra, it features expansive open world exploration and a story about humanity's survival after Earth's destruction, which, let's be honest, is probably good research for the days ahead. The game received praise for its scale, world building and gameplay, and with a number of quality of life improvements introduced with the Switch edition, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is the perfect time to give this classic a go. Number 5. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 is finally happening. After the remakes of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 were a serious critical and commercial success in 2020, fans understandably thought that remakes of the third and fourth games would arrive fairly quickly, but after developers Vicarious Visions was merged into Blizzard in 2022, the project seemed to go up in smoke. That is, until this past month when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 was finally confirmed to be real, and better yet, it's releasing on July 11th. Not long away at all. While not as iconic as the franchise making first two entries in the series, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 are still much loved by fans to this day and more than deserving of a visual upgrade for today's generation to enjoy. Though there's been some mild controversy about Pro Skater 4's campaign being replaced with time-based challenges, and it remains to be seen how much of the game's original songs will be included in this new release, it's still clear that developers Iron Galaxy have put a ton of care into delivering an experience worthy of those original releases. Number 4. The PlayStation 2 turns 25. March marked the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2's Japanese launch, maybe the greatest video game console of all time that was still being manufactured well into 2013. I mean, can you believe that? Grand Theft Auto 5 and The Last of Us dropped in a year where they were still making this bad boy. The PS2's legacy has only grown in esteem over the years, with never-ending praise for its astonishingly diverse library of games and technical innovations. With 160 million units sold, it remains the best-selling console of all time, even with the Switch nipping at its heels. The PS2's existence in an era where publishers found a balance between innovation and timely release patterns makes it feel like potentially the golden age of gaming, something fans will likely still be celebrating another 25 years from now. Number 3. A seamless co-op mode for Dark Souls Remastered is on the way. In recent times, a modder by the name of Yui has created seamless co-op modes for a number of From Software games, including Elden Ring, Armored Core 6 and Dark Souls 2 and 3. The overwhelming popularity of these mods, which add co-op play in a manner that's so organic it feels almost official, prompted Yui to get to work on their next mod, bringing seamless co-op to Dark Souls Remastered. Though Yui stated that the mod is still in the early stages of development, knowing that it's on the way in the near future is plenty to get fans excited. I mean, who doesn't want to experience one of From Software's most iconic games in a whole new way? Number 2. Assassin's Creed Shadows defies pre-release controversy with mammoth launch. No recent AAA game has been awash in more pre-release negativity than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Plenty of it was just simply bad faith for sure, but some simply questioned Ubisoft's ability to deliver a quality experience given their recent glut of high-profile flops. But Assassin's Creed Shadows ultimately launched to strong reviews, with many critics deeming it a return to form for the series. The real proof, however, was in the sales, and Shadows topped 2 million units sold within just 2 days of release, outpacing the launches of both Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. Though falling shy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla's barnstorming launch, it is worth noting that Valhalla undeniably benefited from the COVID bump by releasing early in the pandemic when technically robust AAA releases were in desperately short supply. Basically, what we're saying here is Assassin's Creed Shadows is a massive success any way you slice it. This was not only a much needed win for Ubisoft, but proof that there's still life left yet in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Number 1. A streamer beats Guitar Hero's hardest song at 200% speed after 50,000 attempts. Even the most casual of Guitar Hero players will likely be aware that Dragon Force's Through the Fire and Flames is widely accepted to be the most difficult song featured in the entire franchise. The dexterity required to get through that song without failure, let alone hit every single one of its 3,722 guitar notes, is absolutely mind-boggling, and yet one talented player recently pulled off that unbelievable feat. In the free Guitar Hero clone game Clone Hero, streamer Carney Jared hit every single note of the song while playing at 200% speed. This has never been done before on record, and Carney Jared explained that he spent 9 months training to pull the feat off. My god, he could have had a child in that time. But during that period, he claims that he failed the song more than 50,000 times. Carney Jared's own euphoric reaction to finally conquering this beast needs to be seen to be believed. The payoff to what he's called the hardest thing he's ever done in his entire life. I tell you something, someone needs to start a petition to get this boy a Presidential Medal of Freedom. He has earned it. So there you have it, the top 10 gaming highlights of March 2025. What do you think? Agree? Disagree? Did we miss any? Stick them down in the comments, and don't forget to comment on what you think the best single player game people need to be playing right now is. I've been Nathan, this has been FGS, and I actually bet Through the Fire and the Flames at 300% speed, but my camera wasn't on, so you'll just have to believe me. Okay, bye.